It's Thursday. It's Mark Pyers.
I was walking down the road today, looking for another way to ease my mind and help my
And this is the longest running daily variety show on YouTube. 1,648 days in a row we've been here since December 31st, 2018. And what's going on? Another crazy crisis in the world, but it's been going on for years. For the last 7 years, they've been reviewing our water sources all over the country. And what they've found is that there is this thing called PFAS, I guess. And they're forever chemicals. They cause cancer. Once they're in your system, you can never get rid of them. And they are in 50% of the public drinking water in the United States. And it's terrifying because it seems that from all directions, there's this coordinated attack on human beings. Why would there be PFAS in our public drinking water? You know, there's so many questions with no answers, or there are answers, and we're not allowed to ask them. But whatever's going on right now, it's frightening, and I just want to make sure you're aware of it. You know this show, we don't sit here and talk about these topics. When I make a thumbnail, and it's whatever's going on for the day, but it's 2 minutes that we discuss it, and then we play music, and we do something else. We create some comedy. That, to me, is what the show needs to be. We don't want to dwell on all these negative things going on in the world. We can't change them. We just need to know they're going on so we can rise above while we're here together, you know? So we're here 1648 in a row. How's everybody doing? I see Virginia, Andrea, Renee Woods, Barella. Thank you, my friend, for being here. S. Coop from the top, Virginia. Guys, we're in the process. Andrea O'Neill said it. She said she's feeling very zen. You know? Guys, when you're feeling zen and Modoc Roughstock comes down, you know, it's a party. It's a party. What's that? No, Joanne, you destroy the party every time. She goes, it's a party when I show up. No, it's not. It's not. Anyway, so how's everybody doing out there? We had a pretty ridiculous jam yesterday, followed by some crazy comedy. I don't know what we're going to do tonight. I guess we'll find out in a minute as soon as we get a woohoo from Matt Zabrowski. We're about 54 suckouts away from that. Hold on one second. Trying to get my speaker to face me, so... Alright, that'll have to do for the night. I'm still working on my speakers, by the way, as something else is. I'm building a sub so I can have a full audio experience myself while I'm in the middle of jamming out with. I want to hear that beat seat with a bass, like a real kick. You know what I mean? Like a kick 12-inch sub. Matt Zabrowski! That's your turn. You do it. I'm throwing it to you. Woohoo! Zabrowsk, I was trying to say it's your gig. That's your gig, the woohoo. You do it. We're here. We're into it. Leisure number 7's into it. Getting a woohoo. Quiet with your extra noises, guitar. We make enough noises. We don't need extra noises. Let's see what we got here. We're going to give it a old tuneroo. Hold on one second, please. Oh, goodness. When you have kids that are teenagers and they start getting phones and then like it's 11 o'clock and they still haven't brought their phones into our room, yeah, that's an issue. So I may have to leave in a moment and go and throw an elbow or two, you know? That's what you do when you're a dad. You throw a neck chop from time to time. So when they walk by, they're always going, and they're afraid of you. You want them to be terrified that you may neck chop them at any time. Where's your phone? Neck chop! Ah! You know? Sensei Round Eye comes out of nowhere and does it. You know, he's a master. If you guys haven't seen Round Eye, greatest sensei ever. Bruce Lee taught him the 1-inch punch. You know? There's a whole 52-minute episode. Actually, an hour. It's a little over an hour. I just lost all the pieces. That's another one I got to go back and remember when I did Sensei Round Eye, because I created 2 or 3 extra scenes for Round Eye. And if I could download those, I'll actually make the full Round Eye for you. I had the Round Eye, the full Round Eye, and I erased something by accident, one of the pieces of the Round Eye. And now the whole edit is shot, because you can't replace the piece once you throw it away. So now I got to start from scratch, Round Eye it all over again. Zoom in, zoom out, zoom in. You do that move, you know, when you get it. If you were there, you'd know what I was talking about. Anyway, guys, I think what I'm going to do is play you something real quick. Maybe I'll play you Round Eye so I can freaking do what I need to do, which is throw an elbow or two and a neck chop, you know. Everybody's into the neck chop. All right, so why is my, you know, this is the crap I'm talking about, you know, when you're on and you can't hear or see or change anything because Google. I don't know what I'm saying. All right, let me play you a bit. I'm going to search across my channel. I kind of want to find Round Eye. You know, if you guys don't know about him, you're about to learn. This is one of the pieces of the full movie. I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to throw it on the air. Guys, remember, this is goofball silliness, okay? Live improvisation, there is nothing, and then there's Round Eye. That's what I do. We create comedy in the freaking moment. I hope you enjoy it. And remember, we need to continue to skirt the edge. You know what I mean? You can't just always do things without offending some people. This is not intention. Hold on 1 second. I never try to offend anybody. I just speak my mind, and when my comedy comes out, it comes out in the form it comes out. But it's not to offend anybody. It's to poke fun at stereotypes. It's to poke fun at the silly things that we consider to be real. And I like that. I think that you should be able to make comedy out of stereotypes and you know, pull up references to something that connects to a story that's going on currently. And that's, I guess, what my comedy is. So without further ado, this is Sensei Round Eye.
Please be considerate and don't talk during the show.
Oh, why are you seeing it? What the heck? Round Eye. Miyagi! I almost had it, guys. Joanne, can we get a chopstick situation? There's a friggin' Fly Lee in here. You know? We may have to have another episode of Bruce Lee. He's my student. He's my student. You know, I taught him everything he knows. You know? Back in the day, back in the future, Mark, you know, when I was doing it, when he was just a little boy, I was his sensei. There in, you know, mainland China. I didn't do a racist thing. I just was there, white-faced, you know. They're like, look at Round Eye. Yep, that's me. I was Round Eye. I went out there doing it. Round Eye McGee. I went, aye. I said, listen, I got a little something for you, Bruce Lee. It's called the 1-inch punch. I did it with my finger, though. I didn't do my fist. I did a finger. They still talk about me. Round Eye. I think that's, you know, a compliment. I'm not really sure. I don't know. Guys, sometimes I'm not really sure. Like, I don't speak the language, you know, so I was like, Round Eye, yeah, I'll do it. You know, that must be a good thing. Yeah. Everybody was saying it, so I was like, yay, Round Eye, I'm doing it. They put me on their shoulders going, Round Eye, Round Eye. I'm like, yay, I did it, I'm Round Eye. You know, give me a statue. You know, greatest sensei ever, Round Eye. If you go to the Takahashi Hall of Fame, you know, for Bruce Lee's memorabilia, Sensei, you know, is there. Round Eye. Everybody wanted to gather around and take a photo next to the statue of Round Eye. He's just maybe a legend at this point. You know? They're like, there's no way there was such a guy named Round Eye. The Sensei. Doing it for Bruce Lee. 1-inch punch. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, no. Round Eye McGee. What's that, Joanne? No, Joanne, your wheeze is obnoxious. You know, when you get the call, we got this kid. We want you. He's going to protege you. You know, what? Tell me about him. The kid's quick, very quick. Oh, really? Yeah. Okay. I'll tell you if he's quick or not. Where are you going to be? Down at the Corner Street Gym. Show up at the Corner Street Gym. You're going to see this little kid. What's his name? I want to hear his name now before I bother going. His name's Bruce Lee. Sounds like a stupid name. I'll come down and check him out, though. Round Eye, out. You know, I showed up at the gym. Round Eye, Round Eye. I came in. You know, I'm doing high fives with everybody. Round Eye. That was the best, you know? Sensei Round Eye, you know, McGee. We won that year. You know. Statue. Takahashi. You got to go and check out the Takahashi Hall of Fame if you want to see the Round Eye statue and go take a picture with it. Send it to the Renaissance Man show. I will put it up. I'll making a deal with you. You go to the Takahashi Hall of Fame. You go take a picture in front of the freaking Round Eye Museum statue like this. And you got a picture like that. You send it in. I'll make it my cover photo for 2 months. Takahashi. Yeah, Round Eye. Look at, he's there. And remember the pose that I had is Round Eye. Whoa, like that. That was it, because I gave he was ready for the 1-inch punch. I was like, whoa, like that. And that's where you have to go with it when you're at the Takahashi. And you can get in front of it. So most people get in front of the hands, you know what I mean? And one person, somebody's like doing a high five with me. It was kind of funny, you know. Round Eye. I do a heck of a high five as Round Eye. When I was being, again, chanted in, they're chanting me in as Round Eye to go and check out Bruce Lee. I'll do it. You know what I mean? Like, I'll do it, but like, you don't have to chant me in. You know, just be like, hey, Round Eye, what's up? Why don't you take a seat? Bruce Lee's here. Who's freaking Bruce Lee? 4-year-old kid, lightning fast. Check him out. All right, where do you want me to sit? Right there? No, I'm sorry. I'm Round Eye. I can't sit there. It's just not appropriate for Round Eye. I mean, I got to be like right there in front of Bruce Lee if you want really to get my opinion on his talent. Oh, yeah, no, that's better. I'll go over there. What's that, Joe? No, Joanne, you're wheeze. Keep it down. We're watching a guy named Bruce Lee. Bro, Joanne's even there with Round Eye. She was a junior assistant at that time. Her wheeze was a little lighter, and she didn't have the humongocarditis going on, so she was able to move around through doors. Now, no good. She can't go through a doorway anymore. Anyway, guys, there's nobody better than Sensei Round Eye. Like, when they still, Hall of Fame style. Remember, make sure you're looking them up at Takahashi Uchi and do it. When you take the picture, send it in. It's going to be the banner of the At the Brink show. You know what I mean? Come back from the brink. You know, you come back from the brink when you see the Takahashi Hall of Fame. The photos. Everybody's dead at. You have to fight when you get there because there's like such a line. They're charging now. Yeah. At first they were doing it free, and now they're charging. Round Eye. when you're there and you're Round Eye and you show up and you're like, guys, I was Back to the Future, Mark. You don't realize this? I went back in time. I showed up. I was Sensei Round Eye. When I got in there, they were chanting me in. I was like, I don't want this life to end. Went to 2769. They're like, brief us. Met some stupid little kid, 4-year-old. They call him Bruce Lee. You ever heard of him? They're like, yeah, he's the greatest of all time. Like, are you freaking kidding me? I was making fun of him the whole time. You guys didn't tell me I was going to see Bruce Lee. Like, he's good? What are we talking about over here? I neck chopped that little kid. You know? He thought he was quick. I had to just give him a lesson from Round Eye. You know? He wanted to be trained. I'm sorry, sir. You can get mad at me for neck chopping Bruce Lee like I didn't know who the frig he was. You guys didn't tell me before. You got to brief me before you send me back in time to be Sensei Round Eye. That's the problem when you're dealing, with a future situation. Sometimes they want you to be surprised, Well, then that's on them, I neck chopped Bruce Lee. So, did it. Happened. I also taught him the 1-inch punch. Don't forget that. Sensei Round Eye by Menon. Don't forget your freaking speed stick. Right? If you don't go with a speed stick out there running around, antiperspirant. Guys, wow. When we're doing a live improv like that was pretty crazy. This is what I miss when we do that craziness. Let my mind just continue to keep going down the rabbit hole. So I want to thank you for inviting me here to give you some tips. I am, after all, Sensei Round Eye. And if there's anybody who's going to get you on the right path, for the fight against Mike Tyson, Piston Honda over here, he knows he's up against it. And I get it, Piston. I get it. You look like you're ready to freaking, do that, I'm going to bring out the boards for you to get kind of your focus together and chopperoo it. I want to see you chopperoo it. Look at Sensei Round Eye has been doing this for a very long time. Okay, Bruce Lee, I taught him everything he knows. And you guys are here questioning Round Eye, right? Like, what are we talking about? I didn't go, to downtown China and find a little boy named Bruce Lee and teach him everything he knows to be second guessed by freaking Piston Honda over here. Like, are you good with that? Are you good with that? I don't think you should be good with that. What's that? I get it. You want to be the best. I'm sorry, there's only one best. His name was Bruce Lee, but that's because I trained him. Round Eye. Look, when you have a statue and you're in the Hall of Fame, Tamagotchi, you've got to go along for the ride and just say thank you, really. Are you tooting? Like, what are you doing right now? I get it. You want to look pensive. You want to do the Piston Honda deal. It's working, I guess, but you also look like you're trying to drop a douche. And look, that's on you if you want to do a doucheroo. I'm just here trying to give you some tips for the big game. You're going up against Tong Po, right? Jean-Claude Van Damme and Tong Po, they're going to be there. It's kickboxing, and you want to be the winner because his brothers, and they kidnapped his brother. He's in a wheelchair too. So if you want to do the right thing, Spike Lee style, you're going to teach this guy how to take down Tong Po. And that's what I got from my elders. They said, look, Round Eye, we need you to bring it. We need you to bring the special sauce and give it to freaking Piston Honda. Because when he goes up against Mike Tyson and he wants to be, the circuit leader, like circuit champion, Piston Honda style, you're getting knocked down. Poor little Mac, So guys, this is what happens when you're here. You're on the beach scenario and you're Round Eye, Yeah, no, I can go for a bite to eat after, Look, when you go through a day of training as Round Eye, and you're trying to help the karate community do their best to maybe live in the lightest and the loosest form of a shadow of Bruce Lee. You know, 1-inch punch. I taught him that. Round eye. You want me to get in here and do it too? I'm doing it too. Look, round eye. When round eye gets in the position, though, do you see the difference? Like you're kind of like, oh, look, I'm over here like an urn. I'm ready to just give homage to the gods. You don't even have any like balls of the feet stuff going on. Watch round eye. Watch what round eye does. Ready? Ha! You got to be ready. You know? Because what if you're doing this? And someone comes like this little kick out of your freaking feet. You know? You weren't ready for it. You were doing you got to be in the position. You know? Look, that's just a freaking round eye exclusive. You know what I mean? Sometimes people are wondering, like, where do you get all the information from, round eye? I did it. You know? Like, sometimes you're just trying to get into it, and people don't. They can't grasp the experience that you had as round eye. You know, they wrote books about me. Round Eye McGee. When I was there in the jungles of Szechuan, I had to see if I could jump in tree to tree. Round eye! Round eye! That's why I learned the position. I could have been like tree to tree, like, look at me, I'm going tree to tree. Look, I'm just losing around going tree to tree. I could have done that. You know? But instead, I was ready to go in the position, always, you know, to grapple that tree, you know. You want to be ready to grapple that tree, just as if it's an enemy. So I see you don't want to take my note. Round eye. I'm here. I'm giving you the notes. I'm giving you the insights to be the greatest version of Piston Honda. And instead, you're just like, nah, I'm just going to stay like this. I'm doing this. I got my feet in the freaking sand. You got your head in the sand, you know, round eye. I gave you tutelage. You know, it's times like this that I miss Bruce Lee and the fact that he would listen. Yeah, he's always like, round eye, let me ask you a question. How would you go about 1-inch punching somebody? Sit down, young lad, let me tell you all about it. As you get close to the guy and you're like, hold on, and you just boom, 1-inch punching him, and all of a sudden he's throwing through a freaking wall. You know, that's a round eye, like, special move that you can only learn if you pay me $99.95 a day. And I'll bring you through the course of, you know, the 1-inch punch special. It costs you roughly $137,244.18 when we're all done. But you got a 1-inch punch! You know? Like, who's on? Who's in more? You guys got cash, I know it. You're not out here on the beach doing I want to be Bruce Lee, unless you got cashish in the bank, you know? Like, everybody else is working. You know? Like, let me ask you something, Piston. Who paid for this class for you to be with Round Eye today? I'm sorry? That's what I thought. You took it out of your freaking bank account because you're doing it. Because you're freaking cash loaded special. Like, you don't know what to do with all that cash, right? Give it to Round Eye. A 1-inch punch. When you tell your friends at the next party that you hired none other than Sensei Round Eye to teach you the 1-inch punch, talk of the town. You know? Like, you want me to talk of the town, right? Piston Honda, he's a pretty good fighter. You want people to be like, Piston Honda's a bad motherfucker, you know what I mean? And you can't do that unless you let them know that you've been expertly trained by the master, Sensei Round Eye. But, yeah, no, I know you agree. Look, you're still doing the stupid, like, stand up straight instead of squat thing, though. Like, I told you to do it. Oh! Get in the position, you know? Like, what is this? And what about you back here? Like, what the f*** are you doing with that stupid face on? You know? It looks to me like you're about to cry back there. You're gonna cry. There's no crying in your Sensei Round Eye's freaking class. All right? I'm here teaching you how to be the greatest karate master. Is one of your freaking like traits to be the cry guy? Look at me! I'm crying while I do my stupid move. That's you. Look, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to get down on you or anything, but like Sensei Round Eye has a very, very important detail you have to keep at forefront at all times. When you're in a fight, you don't show the guy on the other side you're going to cry. Round Eye, when you're doing it and you got a cry face on, tears streaming, someone's kicking you in the freaking throat. That's just a given. Oh my, let me grab my tissues. Blah, neck chopped. Look, Round Eye is trying to get you guys prepared for the Chinatown War. Kurt Russell is coming back. Big Trouble in Little China. When you're there, and all of a sudden they're looking for a girl with green eyes. What are you going to do then, right? You're not ready to take on Lopan? A girl with green eyes. He's there doing it, and you're not ready to take it on? They get her. They get the girl with the green eyes. Now you got to go dragons and all up against freaking Lopan. He's 9 feet tall. He floats. Underworld, That's also on you. Because you could have done the right thing. And instead, you're like, I'm just going to go like this. Unreal. Unfreaking real. What's that? No, you think I'm being hard on you guys? Are you freaking kidding me? I'm Round Eye! I didn't get to be Round Eye by taking it easy on the class, okay? You think Bruce Lee would have been Bruce Lee if I didn't give him a freaking Round Eye elbow in the freaking Round Eye neck? Special? Bruce Lee. That was a student right there. Never questioned Round Eye. What can I do next, Round Eye? What do you want me to do next, Round Eye? I'll tell you. Just do that. He did it. And look what happened. Greatest of all time. You over here questioning everything. Questioning my motives. Why are you doing this instead of this? Well, because this looks freaking stupid. You look stupid like this. You should be like this. Well, let me ask you a question. Let's just play devil's advocate that your is good. What happened there? See, you didn't even see Round Eye. I came with the roundhouse. I'm roundhousing it. You're piston Hondaing it. You got a freaking just big black and blue on the side of your face. But you were ready, right? Oh, I'm ready. No, I'm sorry. You weren't ready. Now you try it. Ready? Whoa! Oh, no! See, I'm ready to go. I give you an elbow in the freaking throat. Round Eye. Sometimes when you're in the middle of teaching the class and you gotta make an example out of one of the students, that's what Round Eye has to do in order to keep control of the class. I'm sorry it's you today, Piston. I actually thought you were going to be a good student. I thought you were going to be one of my favorites, really. Like, you put your hand up every day. Like, I'd say something like, so what do you think hurts more? An elbow in the freaking neck or someone kicking you in the side of your face as hard as they can? And I thought you'd be the one every day, Piston. I'd be like, oh, I got an answer. And I'd be like, which one is it? You see, neither. I kick him right in the chest as hard as I can. And then he croaks. That's what you should say. But you didn't even say any of that. You're just like, and you're freaking doing the weird stance again. I don't know. I feel like I'm wasting my breath here, guys. I told this guy what he should do. This is like a group message. When I tell Piston one thing, I'm telling all of you, okay? I'm sorry, Piston. I didn't mean to go in chest area on you. I'm telling you all, okay? Especially Dummy back here with the freaking cry. Stop crying, okay? Seriously. Don't make me call your mother. Can I ask you just... Side note question, really. Who paid for your service back there, Smiley McGee? All right. Trust fund. I told you. That guy's a trust fund back there. He's just freaking cashing, pulling the check. You know what you could do is you could just deposit those funds directly into Sensei Round Eye's account. Learn the 1-inch punch, and perhaps that will cause you to stop crying like a little baby. Just saying. Round Eye. When you're in the process of hiring Round Eye for his extensive knowledge and experience. Right? Right? You got to take advantage of it. Every breath, every verb, every vowel, every noun, every sound. Round Eye, you got to go home saying Round Eye. Like you getting home and you're taking a shower and all you're thinking to yourself is, Round Eye. What a friggin' lesson that was today from Round Eye. You know, he really gave it to me. Like, Piston, if you're not going the rest of your day saying to yourself, I got it today from Round Eye, in a positive way, like, you know, really, seriously, you and Dummy back here with the smile, crying. I'm so sad because I had to go and punch someone. Excuse me. Round Eye's going to teach you how to punch someone and not cry, okay? Afterwards, you may actually feel like punching somebody else, you know? I'm just saying, Round Eye will teach you how to do it without the fear of the crying. Anyway, guys, I'm getting kind of sick of the fact that I tell you what to do and you don't listen. Piston, work on the crouch, you know? You got to get a little bit more leg movement in there. Oh! I don't see any give in your knees. You ready to go? You know, like someone comes up, you do the knee at the end. Round Eye, I'm telling you to do the knee, because then you get the knee, and then to follow up with this elbow. Woo, you know, and then that last you come around and kick him in the, you know, I'm just saying, as high as you can get. Kick him in the chest, kick him in the chin, kick him in the ear. The ear is the worst place to kick somebody. That friggin' hurts. Again, just a little tip from Round Eye. Just a little tip. Okay? So guys, I do appreciate the fact that you hired me today. 100K. Oh, I do appreciate you. Guys, look who I got. Max Scott sitting with me in the background. You see Max? Hey, Maxie, say hi to everybody. Joanne, don't eat Max. Yeah, you know, Joanne, I don't have you sitting in so you could eat Max Scott when you get hungry. Let me just eat Max Scott real quick. No, he's our, you know, show's Max Scott. We need a Max Scott. If you don't have a Max Scott, then what do you do when you're going out to a parade? And you don't have someone walking down in the parade as your Max Scott? I got a double-decker with Joanne here, and then Joanne hovers down the road during the parade, and then Max Scott is there holding, you know, like shimmering. Max, can you stop chewing on crap, or is that Joanne? I can't really tell, you know. What's with my guitar not playing? Maybe you have to do this. Hey, Max, what are you doing? Max, why don't you chill it out with me for a little bit, huh? You a good guy? He's a good guy. Let's see, we got to get rid of something. We wrote two things yesterday. One of them is going right away, which is this one. That's crap. This was fire. rock on that. But Max, you're a good guy. Let's write something new, buddy. It's worse than the wheeze. Come on, are you freaking kidding me? That's where my picks go. Between Joanne and Max. Max Scott, you're not supposed to eat my picks. You're supposed to save my picks for a future song. Welcome, fam and friends. I think I see Susan Donahue in the house right as the camera went out. How about that? Lori Wagner's kicking it with us. I see We Have Liberty and Freedom. I see Bradley Smith S-cooping it. Guys, we're going to play something very special to me. My 16th album just came out, so I'm just going to play you the little 20-second clippets that came out with DistroKid. Max, will you stop eating everything? You know, I bring you up here, bud, so you hang out with me. And instead, you're doing a 1-2 Magoo. You know, you're just eating everything, and now I can't find anything anymore. It's bad enough with Joanne eating everything. Let's see what we have here. DistroKid, can we open it in? Can we get a, what are we doing? I want to play this. Actually, I think there's an easier way to do this, right? I don't have to go all the way to DistroKid. I could just say Singularity. Here we go. Found it. So this is the hyperlink. I'll give it to you guys so you can listen to the album and see if you like it enough to pick up a copy. It is available on iTunes and Apple Music and all the other places. I'm going to play for you very quickly while I do a switchover. Joanne. She's always wheezing, you know. Anyway, guys, this is it. It's called Singularity. I think it's my best album yet. I think. I don't know. I mean, what the heck do I know? I hope you enjoy it, though. Here we go.
If you don't allow life to bloom, will die. And don't you know, if you hold on to your truth, you will wither away. You will have to live.
This is my favorite part right here. Ready? Max, ready?
Let it be, let it be. So you must be, you must sing. You can take it wherever you wanna go. All you got to do is get in the car and go. You make the call.
Guys, this album is available in all stores. Singularity.
Sometimes you need perspective. Yeah, you wanna look from the outside to the inside. And if you can't get away, you can't get away from you ever. No, I will survive. Stay alive,
We're building something.
Take a rocket to the moon, yeah.
This song makes me dance every time, especially the guitar playing. That's where it goes crazy. I wish you could have heard more, but
wake up, get up. Everybody knows. Where have you been?
this is my favorite line in the whole album. Ready?
It's been lonely here. It's been lonely speaking from the heart.
It's been lonely speaking from the heart. Everybody knows. And then this freaking song.
You got your umbrella by your side. Rain falls down. Rain falls down. I can't see. Oh, yeah. Summertime is here. Can you feel it? Feel it. Summertime is here.
Great, fun song to listen
Can you
to.
feel it? Can you feel it? Oh, underneath the skyline. Oh, is it a sign? Oh, summertime is near. You know, half true. You know it's probably true. true. 'Cause nothing makes sense. Yeah, they say we're just living in different timelines every day. Every time we open our eyes, we're living in a crazy world. We're living in a crazy time. Yeah, I'm out of my mind.
This is the one song I wish I put on
Waiting for change.
two other songs, Nightfall and Never Give Up.
It's in your eyes.
Oh, this song.
It's in your eyes. Take a breath, walk outside. You never know what you're gonna find when you stay inside with
Guys, we should be listening to the whole song.
dreaming of the greatest things. None of it is real. It's such a big deal. Have your own point of view.
A lot of crazy guitar playing on this album, yo.
Such a big deal. Have your own point of view. It's just a Friday. Have a good time. Woo! Friday night, have a good time. Party, get through the weekend. Yes, have a good time. Friday night, have a good time. Party, get through the weekend. Yes, have a good time. Can you make time slow down? Yeah, watch the clock. Yeah, the ticks going second by second. And when you think you're on top, you're on the bottom. Yeah, going to try to find your way back up. It ain't gonna be easy, but I believe in you. So lace up your shoes and go. Yeah, you gonna dance, yeah, you move your shoulders around and around, yeah, you're spinning circles, yeah. You can't shout water, no, yeah, I'm a man, yeah, I'm gonna run all over you. I'm like water, yeah, nothing gonna stop me, nothing gonna stop me, no. You can't stop water, no, you a man, yeah, I'm gonna run all over you, yeah. Take a moment, yeah, make yourself accountable to the truth, yeah, yeah. Oh, goodness. It's all available on you. Guys, all these songs were inspired live in the moment. This is called the Mark Inspire Show. What are we doing over here? Joanne, you're taking the wrong me off the screen, Joanne. This is always you. Like, you do it, everything wrong. Max is like punch drunk from eating all the paper that was laying around the studio. You see my mascot back there? Look at him. He's out. He's out. Hold on. Let me go check. Dude, you all right over there? You good? You good? It's my dog. Hold on. You good, dude? You a good guy? You a good guy? You're a good guy. That's my buddy right there. You know, it's funny, but I didn't, I never really liked, I mean, I like dogs, but I'm not like a dog guy. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to have 2 dogs. But like, we got 1 dog, and Max is cool. And then like, we got Maggie, because she's a St. Bernard. I always wanted a St. Bernard. This is the one thing I always wanted, was a freaking awesome St. Bernard that's just loving. And so we got Maggie. She's like 95 pounds, ridiculous. And then Max, and now it's like I'm this like guy who's got dogs, like 2 dogs. You know what I mean? It's like weird. And so now I'm like, I remember my brother-in-law said a while ago, he goes, look, they want to just be like they're part of the family. Like, they want to feel loved. They want to feel like they're part of the family and do things with you guys.
And I was like, yeah, but what if he attacks somebody? Like I always had this fear that he would like attack somebody. And just like a couple weeks back, I started taking Max with me everywhere. I go to Home Depot to grab something, some wood or something for the beat seat, then I'm with some screws, and I bring Max. Everybody wants to pet Max. And guess what? Max loves everybody. He's the best. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I've got that dog that is awesome. That where like you people come up to him and he wants to say hi. He also wants to put his face in your balls, so be ready for that, you know. But when you get a face of balls from Max, you're like, what is that face that's in my balls? Oh, it's Max. He's sniffing it. I don't know what the hell it's 974 degrees right now, Max. What are you trying to sniff? It's disgusting. You're a pig. Oh no, you're a dog. That's what, you know. Anyway, you know, you have to remember that Max likes balls. But so when I go and I bring him places, he's a good dog. He'll lay there, sniff balls, you know, but he's there. He's my buddy. Ball sniffer. And he lays down sometimes while I'm looking around. And I'm like, look at that. And I see him laying on the ground. I'm like, geez, do I really want him to move 4 feet with me? You know, like to go and look at this other thing. So I'd be like, buddy, you're good. Stay. And I throw that freaking leash on the ground. I walk away a couple feet. Guess what he does? Sniff someone's balls. No, just kidding. He just sits there, you know? If someone comes by, though, he's sniffing that freaking balls. You know what I mean? Like he's going at it. Max, right? That's your thing, you know? The sweatier the better for Max, you know? Those English shepherds / Australian cattle dogs, you know? When they're in the process of hanging out at Home Depot. If they're not healing healing you, or blue healing you, sniffing the balls. Yeah. Anyway, guys, so I got a cool dog, except for the ball sniffing, you know. But he jumps as well. Not when he's sniffing balls, but when he's, you know, when he just gets excited. He's like, hey, buddy, I'm going to jump up on you. I'm like, don't freaking jump up on people, Max. You can go like this, let them pet you. And you do that very well. But as soon as you start jumping up on people or sniffing their balls, I have something to say. You know, I gotta put a stop to it. What's that, Joanne? No, Joanne, I know you like to sniff people's balls too. But really, it's a matter of someone calling 911 on you. It's a different story. Wheezy McGee came over and she was sniffing balls again, you know. But she used the Soros name to get off every time. Oh, it's me, Joanne. Are you a Soros? Can you get your father on the line? Oh, yeah, no, we'll let you go. We don't want to hear that freaking voice anymore. Yeah, you know, cheese grater. That is your dad. You're right. He's killing people in the moment with his stupid voice. His Jabba the Hutt face, you know. Pizza the Hutt as well. He's Pizza the Hutt from Spaceballs, Jabba the Hutt from Star Wars. He's doing both parts. Remember, no makeup needed for Pizza the Hutt. You know, I had pepperoni. They're just like, you know what? Just shoot George from like a close up, and we're good to go. Just use a little paint on his stupid face. Oh look, it's pepperoni face. It's Pizza the Hutt. No, just George Soros. You know. Oh my goodness, Soros again? You mean the one who's destroying America and funding the whole crazy radical left movement? You mean that Soros? You know, look, that guy's doing it, you know, right into the grave. Apparently his kids are taking over, so we have that to look forward to. More insanity. Yeah, I'm a cow. You know, my next one I'm seeing is someone who says they're a cow. I'm like, I'll freaking milk you. And then I'll tell you you're not a cow. But I need the milk. You know, coffee it's brewing right now. We're short on milk. You're a cow, milking the freaking heck out of you. And then we'll just send you on your way and let you know you're just a woman who just had a baby recently. And you should be breastfeeding that baby instead of sharing all that milk. with Joanne for her coffee. Joanne likes breast milk for her coffee, and she doesn't produce anymore. She tries. She keeps trying. Joanne, maybe we should get one of the professional, teat workers. They're called teat workers, if you guys didn't know that, on a farm. When you're on the farm, they're like, where's the teat worker? Oh, well, Ronald? Let's get him over here. Hey, Ronald, go work that teat, Gallons within a second. Ronald's the man. Yeah, he knows how to work that teat. Joanne, perhaps you should get Ronald on the line. A little crash course over the phone. How you can do better in order to not have to, hire that woman who thinks she's a cow, and then you have to remind her that there's only two, man, woman. You could either make babies or you can make babies. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. One's got the donger, one doesn't. That's what we're dealing with here, 2023. One continues humanity, and the other one accepts said continuance of humanity and says, you know what, I got an egg in there. And when the egg and the chicken became one and crossed the road, you know how that one worked out. What's that, Joanne? Joanne's trying to throw me off my game. I get it, Joanne. I get it. Anyway, guys, work that teat. Anyway, you know what we're talking about. Susan Donahue, Lori Wagner, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Is it your birthday, really? You know what? This is the problem, Joanne. I get into the comedy. I start rolling. I start making up whatever's going on. I don't even know. We were just something about a teat and cows and a human being thinking that they were a cow and that the schools are going to have a little prairie for said cow so she can go and graze in the prairie. Where's Jacqueline? You mean the cow? She's out in the field grazing. She's got English in 15 minutes. You want to go out there megaphone it? English, 15 minutes. Quit the freaking grazing out there. I think you got enough. There's pesticides in that one, Jacqueline. Maybe you should take a break on grazing today. By the way, how do you speak English as a cow? By men and cats are speaking English now as well, apparently. And they look like girls. I haven't seen a boy yet who says they're a cat. Maybe there is one, or 9,000. They have 9 lives, so why not have 9,000? Goodness. I think you should just, accept that there are cats. They have fur. You don't have freaking fur. You can speak English. You have skin that's different than their skin. And your hair is not like literally fur. And you don't have those cat teeth either. You're like 0 for 9 right now. 9 lives. But I know you keep trying. I'm a cat. Get the kitty litter and all of a sudden I'm a cat, right? I feel like I'm a cat. When we start feeling like things, that's weird, Humanity can either go on or it comes to a close. If you start doing whatever the frig we're doing, it's over. It is over. I heard a very funny, it wasn't even funny, but someone just said if you put 100 men and 10 women on I'm sorry, it was 100 women. Yeah, it was 100 men, 10 women on a deserted island. And how did it go again? Joanne, do you remember how it went again? You put 100 men and 10 women on a deserted island, and in 100 years, you would have a thriving society. Kids, boys, girls, just society would be thriving. You take 100 trans men and put them on an island with 10 women, You go back in 100 years and find bodies. And then it was followed up by this. Wherever you are in time, you have to always ask yourself one question. If what we're doing now, or what we're doing right now, can humanity sustain with these actions? And if the answer is no, then you know you're up S Creek, you know? And I know it's not popular for streamers to go out there and talk against this freaking craziness where, you know, someone else said something interesting. I think it was Piers Morgan. He said, you know, this flag that is in our faces every 5 seconds, it only includes this group of people, and everybody else is excluded from this whole thing. It's about celebrating exclusion, essentially. And it's a weird thing because it's everybody is excluded except for this, you know, and then it's like everybody has to celebrate that instead of letting you do your thing. And I feel like it's one of those scenarios to me where I don't give an F what anybody does. I've said this many times before. My wife and I talk about this. I love everybody. I want everybody to be themselves. So if you feel like you're a cat, be a cat. You feel like you're a girl and you're really a boy, that's fine. Just don't tell me that I have to prescribe to these things and that I have to go out there and I have to all of a sudden change the way I am because you're out of your freaking mind. You can do what you want because that's what makes you happy. But what makes me happy is being me. And if I see a girl and her name is Jane and she wants to be called Jimmy, I'm sorry, you're Jane because you're a freaking girl. And I'm not trying to be offensive, but I can't go against who I am because you're out of your freaking mind. I do love you, though. I want you to be happy. Common sense to me is something that has to be spoken. If I was out of my mind and you're like, no, everybody should be something different than they really are. And because they feel that way, they are that. All this. No, literally, their DNA changed. And now they can no longer bang and make babies. Now there's eggs in there. Like, it's stupid. Everything is insane. And like, if you start to talk about the insanity more and more, it gets you upset because you're like, why isn't anybody just sitting down and having a debate and saying, okay, let's really talk about what this is. What is it? It's confusion. Well, we're all confused until we're like 25. Our brains haven't even fully developed till we're 25. So we're going through life very confused until then. And I know it because I lived through it. Everybody's confused. You don't know who you are, what you want to do, what your interests are in life, where you're going to focus your energies in life. You are literally running in every direction trying to figure it out. And then you got some a-hole pieces of garbage saying, hey, you know what? Maybe you're not a boy. Maybe you're a girl because you like to play with dolls, because you like to play and fish and you like to go and run with the boys. No, maybe you're just somebody who looks up to your brother and you hang out with the boys because your brother is somebody you look up to. There's way too much to dig into to start going, oh, well, that person's trans, that person's gay. No, you don't know what you are. Go out and explore it. If you're 18, you're 20, 22, 25 years old, you come back and you're like, you know what I figured out? I like the same sex, or I like to dress a certain way, whatever it is, you figure it out on your own, but do not ever be forced into anything ahead of time. You've got enough time to figure things out, but once you make changes to yourself, once you start taking these hormones or doing these therapies, this castration, it's mental, because you're going to look back with regret. You don't make changes like that based on society's whims. Oh, well, you must feel this way, so you are that. You know, here's the reality. I wrote this in a song called I Need to Be Alone. It's the best line ever. The line is, I need to be alone. And then it's the same faces, same people follow me every day. And I can't get away. And this is where it's the same faces, same people, same hours. They follow me every day, and I can't get away. No, I can't get away from me. That is the best line ever. I can't get away. No, I can't get away from me. You could always get away from something, but you can't get away from yourself. You can't get away from whatever that is that you created or whatever that is that you destroyed. It's always there. And we talk about, or we hear about all of this violence against these groups of people who I could give a freaking hell about. I don't give a crap. You go do you. Just don't talk about it. Tell my kids that they need to be something that you are, because it's a very small group of people, and we are a vast group of people that are just doing normal things. And what I mean by that is we're not changing society in that type of manner. When I was a kid, this is the thing that bothers me most. When I was a kid, it was frowned upon to talk about heterosex with kids. Heterosex. You weren't to talk about heterosex with kids. Now they want to talk about gay sex, trans sex, all kinds of stuff with kids. They freaking leapfrogged heterosex and went right to freaking insanity. And that I have a problem with. My 7-year-old, my 13, 14-year-old don't need to see any of that shit. That is not for children's eyes. That's for 25 and older. You can't serve beer to someone until they're 18 or until 21 years old. You can't go and serve in the army till you're 18. But you can castrate yourself at 12. This is such a bigger play. It all goes back to what we dealt with for 3+ years. It all goes back to the 2030 agenda to get down to 500 million people on this planet. Good luck. Well, how do you do that? Well, just people don't procreate anymore because they think that they're freaking cows and lions and tigers and bears. Everything but a boy or a girl. They're gonna force people to think they're anything but what they really are until it's too late. And then you're like, wait a second, I made a massive mistake. I want to go back. No time machines, buddy. You got one life. You got one opportunity to take a look at everything. Understand it before you make a decision that will change the entire trajectory of your entire life. You can't come back from that road once you go. I've seen just horrible stories about it, where people say, I was pushed into this by an agenda, by a movement. And then all of a sudden, when it was too late, now I have to live it. Then people are ending their lives over it. And it's not because they're being bullied. It's because they get there and they realize that's not what they were told. It's not what they thought it was. Lied to. We're all lied to constantly by the people that we're supposed to trust. And then they just whitewash it because they have the power to. They just don't talk about it. They talk about the things that don't matter. They talk about the things that keep you distracted from the things that do matter. And that is the game. If you haven't seen that yet, if you're still believing what you're watching, and I don't mean here, I mean everywhere else. It's weird when you watch something and you get that pit in your stomach, you know? And I try not to watch the news at all. I try not to watch, and I just pop on something for a second. My wife's watching something and I just get this pit in my stomach because I realize how insane everything is and how wide the difference is now. It used to be like, okay, we're pretty close on most things. And then there's the abortion thing. And then there's like a couple really big deals that now it's like everything. People hate each other over who they support. I don't hate anybody who supports Trump or who supports Biden. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. To hate somebody because of who they believe is a better political leader. You know, these are all dinner conversations. They used to say, don't talk about politics, religion, or money. And then now we're on social media where all we talk about is religion, politics, and money. And the things that we're not ever supposed to talk about is all we talk about. Interesting, right? Why? Because those are the things that divide us. They don't allow us to talk about the positivity that we build here or in other places. Live creation, songs being created in the moment, comedy. This is something that engages you and brings you back to what's really going on. And that is the thing they fear most. They don't fear being found out because they're already found out. What they fear is that the people who do know are going to have enough of a crowd that are going to learn about it in order to create a movement. They're afraid of a movement being built. And here's the thing. I don't think there's a movement to be built against one specific thing. There's a movement that we build here against evil. As far as I'm concerned, anybody who's talking to children about anything except for math, English, history, is working from the perspective of evil, for, I think, the most evil of all people, the spirit of hell. And children are off limits. They always were, for heterosex. Now we just leapfrog heterosex. We'll just go right to anal. We'll just talk about, it's insane. I'm dealing with the most insane stuff. And that's why I do think, like, something happened with CERN. We're, like, on a different timeline. Because this is weird. There's nothing that makes sense. And then you're like, well, I guess I'll just go through my day again and sell a piece of real estate tomorrow. It's like, yeah, okay, good. But what the fuck is going on with this world? And it's like, the balance for me is that I have to deal with the world we all are dealing with. But then after it, we get to at least express ourselves here nightly. And within that, we have a ton of content. And of course, Joanne. But we can't fool ourselves any longer and believe that a president is going to make anything different. The one person that really made some changes is like they've been after his head since he came down the escalator. And they're going to get it. These people are evil. They always get what they want. It's always worked out that way. The people that are here on this planet that make real change and in the long term make change, most times get murdered. Their legacy lives on and change happens because of the murder. Valentine's Day. Yeah. Oh, you mean Valentine? You mean the I think he's like he's not an apostle, is he? No, he's a saint. Saint Valentine, guys. Saint Valentine was murdered for bringing couples together by the king. And we all celebrate Valentine's Day. But the guy who did that, who was murdered. It's like evil always wins in that capacity. Maybe hopefully not in the after. But on this planet, it seems to me that evil wins. And your only way is to go at it with your heart wide open, trying to make some change, because I don't want to be on the side of evil. I don't want this time of mine to come to an end and be on that side of the line. That is not where I want to be when this all comes to an end. I show up every day here to try to pour light out at you guys because I'm terrified of how much darkness there is in the world. I'm trying to save as many of us as possible. I don't know if what we're doing here is doing that, but I'm trying. That's what my perspective is. This is how we find the light. This is how we find God, is we live in the moment where God is. We create in the moment where God is. When my daughter asked me, Daddy, if God made us, who made God? And then I had to think about this for several days until I realized that God is right here in the moment. So God was here at the beginning, he's here at the end, and the beginning and the end is also right here, right now, in this very second, always. Every single time we're thinking about, well, I'm in the moment, I'm right here, I'm in the moment. So is the beginning and the end of time in God, is right there. I am certain I'm inspired by the spirit of the only pure light there is in this existence of ours, which was God, and I know God's a made up word, Yahweh, whatever you want to say, but the creator of all, there's a purity that was made from before everything else evolved out of it. And I feel like creation is that. Creation. Creating a song, creating a piece of comedy, creating these words, anything in this very moment is the same as creating everything that you see. It comes from the essence of God. Now, I don't know if that's always the case because there's people who are literally evil creating, so I don't know. But I do believe that when your heart is in the right place and it's the intention of seeing another person smile, another person find a better day than they had, that is what the world should be doing more of. Because if I feel better when I'm seeing someone smile, and someone makes me smile when I'm feeling like I'm in some weird daze, because we all get there every day. It's like this roller coaster ride isn't just for real estate. I just talk about as a roller coaster ride. It's like things are great or they're terrible. There's never like a even keel. It's just one or the other in real estate. And that's why I hate it so much. I love it, but I hate it. I hate it because when I'm doing great, I'm like, yeah, this is a great business. But then when you can't sell real estate because the market's crap or you can't get enough clients, it's like, what do you, I don't like this. I don't have that guarantee. And I think the one guarantee that we have is that somebody, and we know who, is after our souls. And they're trying to provide us with any sort of comfort, creature comfort, in order to go to that side. And I hope you use your common sense. I hope you take a deep breath before you make any major decisions. And always reach out to the people that you trust that are not that person that's trying to get you to do something, and just feel it out. Hey, this is what's going on. What do you think? Because my experience in the time I've been on this planet, there's a lot more people that want to see you get torn down and thrown in the garbage than there are that want to see you succeed. So hold your family and the ones who really do want to see you succeed close to you. And everybody else, well, hold closer? I don't know. I guess that's what Sun Tzu would say, right? To, keep your enemies close, keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer, something like that. Honestly, I've had a hard time with that in my life. When someone wrongs me, I really excommunicate them from my existence. I've done that a few times. I'm sure you all have too. Someone does you wrong, and you're like, how could you do that to me? I never want to see you again. And you know what? It's interesting because it works. Like, I never really think about those people, but the reality is I could have just stopped. I didn't have to say it. I don't have to think it. I just stop hanging out with people. You know what I mean? You don't have to go out of your way and hold grudges, because grudges will keep you on a really low level. That's why it's better to let all go. I have no grudges for anybody. I'm like, I really don't. I'm at a point in my life where I'm just saying, okay, I wish everybody well, because time is short. I wish everybody the most ultimate success, whatever it is they're trying to achieve. I wish them to achieve that. I will them to achieve that, because if they can find a smile and find some abundance in this short time that we have, leave something for their families, do something great for this time of ours, I am 100% hopeful we all find that. And I don't know why other people can't be that way. I don't know why everybody has to want negative for each other. Like, oh, I hope that person doesn't get that. Oh, I hope they don't get that raise. Like, oh, I don't know. There's a weird thing that we're born with, where we do, we're caught in some mental, it's like this weird mental circus where you're trying to figure out how to always stay positive and not ever will anything negative. And it's very hard to do that. But remember, you are what you think. And the more you think, the more you become that. And that's why it's funny. I'm like, I have a few things that I'm no longer going to say ever again. And we're going to see what that does. But things I know I'm going to say is, like, for example, we, at the end of the day, will be here again tomorrow. And it's cover song night. And Saturday Night Live is day 1650 in a row. That's 1,650 days live every day. That's quite a distance. It's a feat, yes. But remember, I often say I'm here because we're going to write a piece of music. I don't care about what's going on and if people are going to get here. But the reality is I do what I do because the world needs what we're doing here. So I'm going to start saying something that I know is going to start to become reality, which is this show is going to explode. Every single person that has an opportunity to go on to YouTube is going to at least see this show and pop on for a minute. Hopefully they become family members. But every single person is going to find this show that's meant to find this show. And it's going to happen now. It's going to happen now while there's still time to do something. Very soon, it's too late. You see with all these crashes and, railroad, it's like, what is going on out there? We've been here for 1,600 and almost 50 days in a row because we're building momentum. Very soon, millions and millions of people are going to be going back through those 1,650 days. They're going to be watching what they missed. They're going to find the Trump show. They're going to find the movies. They're going to find the hundreds of songs that were created, many of them about society live in the moment. And they're going to have a cataloged, I have to use AI for this to really catalog I should do this. Every show, just catalog it for me, what happened. Break it down so we can and then change them all out so then people can see what's there. And you get to see what really happened. We called it the way it was every single day of this run. And I'm the only streamer that's been live every day since December 31st, 2018. That I'm pretty sure of. So like I said, very soon, and maybe it's tomorrow, we're going to have an overwhelming amount of people show up to watch this show on a nightly basis. And all I say is you guys are also prepared for that moment. When I think about the group of people that shows up here every day, it's a group that's so powerful. And if you count out the numbers, we're a group that's very similar to a group that changed the world about 2,000 years ago. And if everybody out there wants to destroy this, and we can really create something so powerful that can destroy that evil, we have our core to do that. You guys are ready for this show to explode. You guys are ready to spread the word, the positivity message of Mark Inspires. So, tomorrow, when we have millions of people here for cover song night, I'm playing a Taylor Swift song, just so you know. My daughters love Taylor Swift. We played that Getaway, I think it was called Getaway Car. I'm playing it again tomorrow, so if you like Taylor, next best thing is to watch Mark Inspires play Getaway Car on the beat scene. Also, I'll be taking requests, so if you guys have any songs you want me to play, I'll put a little link up, or I'll try to get the cover song video up soon with maybe some options. I don't know, leave some cover song options for me because I never really know what to play on cover song night. But I look forward to doing this again tomorrow. Of course, we take a little left turn, end of the show, right? Music to, I don't know, a lot of truth, some comedy and truth together in one. That's what we usually do. Oh, goodness. Let me say goodnight to you. And if you are here, like I said, don't go anywhere. Let me see what we got. Joanne, can you open up the current video? Joanne! Stop wheezing back there. You know, I'm dealing with her insanity. It's not showing. You know, Joanne, this is the stuff that really bothers me most about you. She's never doing her job. I'm opening it up, Joanne. We lost more subscribers, but you know what? We're going to get millions of subscribers tomorrow. Millions. Yeah, millions of subscribers. We're going to have 1.3 million subscribers tomorrow. By the end of the day, by Menon. By the end of the day is better than by Menon. You know, when you want to have a specific time, you don't do by Menon, you do by the end of the day. Guys, if you haven't yet, please smash the like. Please share and leave a comment after the show. I'm going to go in here and make sure I don't miss anybody. Hold on, I'm not. Bradley Smith, Lori Wagner, Leisure Number 7, Renee Woods, S. Coop, Tim Mears, my brother, Virginia, We of Liberty and Freedom, Wharton Thistle, and hold on a minute. I think Renee said she, hold on. Renee sent me something. I have to look it up for tomorrow. A book. But also, she said PayPal. Hold on, I'm on that. Oh my goodness. Renee Woods, thank you so much for a super generous donation. You are amazing. Guys, very much appreciated. Renee, you're awesome. Thank you so much. Anybody else who may have participated and donated during the show, thank you so much. I did not see, unfortunately, because I'm freaking doing a show over here. You know what I mean? But if you did, please somebody let me know so I can thank everybody. And if it's not today, for tomorrow, I'll make sure I let say thank you. But guys, what a show! I don't know what the hell we did. Anyway, Max is out of his mind over here. Look, he's out. You know. Guys, an hour 41. Really? What are we doing here? We can't do a short show. I gotta go and keep going and keep going and keep going like the Energizer Bunny. That's what we do best. Anyway, fam. I will see you tomorrow. You got to go away. You got to go away. See you tomorrow, fam. Max, you want to say goodnight? Max, stop eating my pics. Joanne, stop wheezing. You got to go away. Oh, goodness. Happy birthday, Leisure. You got to